You want me to say what? They're paying me for this. He just told me to come here and well, I know I'm bloodsucker, but I don't like lawyers either. Well, we're just here to tell you that Demon Reviews does not own the rights to any of these characters you'll be seeing and don't take anything said by the cosplayers as canon. Good now? Can I get back to work? Hello, and welcome to Demon Interviews, episode Villains, part technically 2. I'm your host, Springy, shocking, and today we have two very special guests, one from the dead and one we're about to perform some magic on. Yep. Sorry, we when we're bringing you back, we accidentally added some feathers in there. I'm sorry. Hard. Magic is hard.
How long this? You know how long this takes to prepare?
Well, I mean, technically, I could have just bippity boppity booed you, but I mean, I didn't, because it's very hard to reconstruct somebody from grim bird poo. So temporarily at least. So everybody at home is probably wondering, this is gonna take a long time because Neo has to write stuff, but not today because I have my magic wand with me, and for the first time in history, Neo will be able to speak. So get prepared for that, and yeah, I'm just gonna. Okay, we good.
That's interesting.
There we go.
Oh, that's unexpected.
Hey, if we're able to bring somebody back from the dead, talk through dimensions, you don't think we can just bippity boppity boo that for a good half an hour to an hour?
I mean, I guess it's only for a half hour.
I might
Feels
borrow
weird.
that later. Just saying.
Well, you're gonna need this, and you have to cross a dimension. And right now, you technically poop. So have fun with that. So, anywho, welcome. Would you both like to introduce yourselves?
Neo, do you have any option as to whether any preference?
I think I'll just stick with Neopolitan.
I am simply Roman Torchwick.
Well, welcome first to the land of the living once again, and welcome both of you to the show. Thank you for taking the time out of your very busy schedule, Neo, because poop.
It's not like I have much else to do around that whale. It smells weird.
That's gotta be a whale of a problem. Anywho, so how are you both doing this fine evening? I already said that, didn't I?
I got out a bird not that long ago. I don't know how much time has passed between back when I was about to defeat Red versus now, but I'm okay nonetheless, I suppose.
At least you're not stuck in a whale with a bunch of crazy people.
I can only imagine what being stuck in a whale looks like.
Well, what did it look like being stuck in the bird? Might be the same. It is grim.
I would imagine about the same. More feathers.
True.
Plus, I mean, they both fly in this case.
Like the whale would smell a little bit more salty.
Kind of does.
Yeah. Well then, so do either one of you have any family pets that you know of off the top of your heads?
None that I remember. Kind of a boring household. Not much to do. Or to play with.
Never really had a home to begin with. I just most I've known was just being a bad boy for most of my life.
Slick the hair back. So, do do either one of you have any siblings to speak of?
No, like I said, lonely house. Not much to do. No one much to speak to, much less a sibling.
Hmm.
I had a cousin that was sort of like a sibling, but never really got past that since they were too young and uh didn't could just couldn't really stick with them. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Understandable. Understandable. Um. So if you two could, I guess. Okay. So if you two could swap weapons, would you? I guess that's the best way of putting it in this type of scenario.
I think swapping weapons would work. I mean, it's not much different. Although, I would miss not having my blade.
Could use more than just a cane with a few bullets. The these students at Beacon seem to have some pretty interesting types of weapons at their arsenal.
Hmm.
Yeah, doesn't make any that much of a fight.
True. True. Um. Which one of you would win in a fight?
I think we both know the answer to that one.
Uh, as much as I don't want to admit it, yeah, she's right.
I'm more the bronze of our operation.
Hmm.
Yeah, I prefer more strategizing and getting things as bestly organized and make sure everything goes as smoothly as planned as possible. I don't
Hmm.
make the most aggressive approach. I mean, you guys have seen you two have seen what I've last time that happened.
Mm.
Yeah, and I always seem to have to bail you out of trouble at the end. Your escape plans never were that
I mean, the one time Neo wasn't there, you got ate by a bird. Um. Who is the strongest opponent you have ever faced?
Well, I'd have to say definitely Cinder, as
Mm.
much as I hate to admit it. Though, she does have her weaknesses that are kind of easy to take advantage of, but those maiden powers.
Really, I have never seen Cinder in her full rage like you have. I've always seen glances, I guess you could say. But
You don't want to see it.
Very fiery temper, that one.
but I do have to give props to Ironwood, I believe his name was.
Mm-hmm.
That 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 big old man packs a punch.
Mm.
Hmm, suppose he could, if he could ever land one. Though I don't think I'll ever take him on anytime soon.
Yeah, with what happened recently, I think you can't. So eh, so yeah. Um, do. What song or band best defines you as a person?
That's a tough one.
Personally, there is one I did kind of take a listen to for some time. Um, ever heard of a band called A Day to Remember?
Hmm. I have not off the top of my head.
Oh, that's right. You'd always blast that in the airship.
They have good music. Can you blame
Yeah,
me?
but My Chemical Romance is better. We both know this.
I feel it. I understand it, and I agree with it. Purely because I know who they are. Um, so yeah. Um, if if you could tell your past selves one thing that hopefully changed the outcome, what would it be?
Get the dust earlier. That way I didn't have to fight Little Red. Ugh, she irritates me so much. Ugh. If only she just wasn't in the way. Could have had that. Could have had that dust day one, and never had that. Never had those fights.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should have just dropped off Little Miss Cinder in Atlas and went on my own way.
Mm-hmm.
Fat help she was in getting what I wanted.
Oh, you were in Atlas.
Yeah. How else was I supposed to go find Little Red? I needed a way to find her much more easily.
Oh,
I suppose
Roman,
that's fair.
you've missed so much. Oh,
I'm unaware how much time has passed.
a good. What would you say, Neo? A good 8 years almost,
Give it
give or
about a
take.
year or so.
It's been a while. It's been a hot minute.
How did I manage to survive in a bird's stomach for a whole year? I have no clue.
You didn't. You were turned into poop. Then this turned you not poop. Um. So that's the answer to that question. Um.
As sad as that sounds, yeah, that sounds a lot more logical.
I love that the magic wand makes more sense. Um. So, what is your coming from some of your fans on this side of the universe? What is your favorite flower?
I do like pink carnations. They seem pretty cute.
Mhm.
And pretty. And they do smell nice.
Hmm. Personally, as simple as it sounds, I'd have to go with dandelions. They seem so simple, but it seems just from whenever I see them, it's a little cathartic. Kind of reminds me a little bit of happier times in my life.
Were those
Okay.
times with me?
Damn nabbit, Neo, you'll make me blush.
So, so next up, what was your favorite beverage?
I always did like one of those bubblegum sodas that they had at some of those markets that we hit on the way to the big cities. Something about those small town little snacks and drinks. They were always the best.
Hey, this really depends. I could really go. Ever since I was little, I could partake in some alcoholic drinks, but there are times where I may have a sweet tooth, and I really like myself a mango daiquiri.
Not pumpkin spice latte.
You'd think so, but eh.
Understandable. Well, now, before we get into the individual questions, I want to say thank you. Not the ending, but saying the sentence. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell icon. If you have any questions for our lovely guests here, put them in the comment section below. If you're ever getting back onto the show. And don't forget to follow them on all the social media platforms. You know, Pumpkin Poop 95 and Ice Cream and Sunday. There we go. I don't know. Anywho, now on to the individual questions. Because we're going to go by length of survival. So Neo, you get to go first. So how do you deal with him, with Roman all the time? How do you deal with that?
Oh, he's not that bad time. Most of the time. But if I ever need to keep him in line, A good little takedown throw always does the trick. He never
Mm.
sees it coming, no matter how many times I do it.
This isn't a question on the list, but Roman, you're very pleased that she can speak now and tell all those fun stories, don't you?
Oh, very much so. I never really get to hear from Neo's own experience, so this is quite fascinating.
So the real question for you, Roman, is how did it feel being within a bird?
Not pleasant, especially when I got this close to punting Red off of that fucking airship. Pardon my language. But
Hey, yeah.
although like I don't know why there's just some boundaries with it anytime within facing Little Red, but so close to getting her off, and that Dastard Grim had to just swoop in and ruin my limelight.
So you're saying it's more the Grimm's fault than who you're calling Little Red that you died.
For the most part, yes.
So in turn, the person who
Although Little Red, that I do give Little Red a good majority of the blame. She blew off Neo.
Yeah.
How dare she?
Yeah. So you could also say that the person who made the bird is also to blame for that. We could say that.
Whoever might that be.
Neo.
Oh, that's right. You haven't met her.
Her?
Oh, that's a whole different story. You're you missed so much. Maybe
Yeah,
I'll maybe
I don't think you want to know about this one. Maybe I'll just keep you blissfully ignorant.
until he
I
turned back into
suppose.
poop.
If it
It's
makes
like
things easier.
it's like Cinderella. Just after once it strikes midnight, it gets turned back into poo. Uh, Anywho, speaking of the incident, Neo, do you truly blame? Do you truly hate Rui because of she ruined the plans, or is there a deeper feeling of reasons why?
Little Red just didn't know when to quit. Always has to stick her heroic little nose where it doesn't belong. Seriously.
Mm.
She really thought that she could take on both of us and that she could save her little school. Please, she shouldn't even have been up on that airship. Because of her, now I lost Roman, and now I have to cart around with Cinder. And now I don't even know where I am at. Some kind of beach.
You know, trust me, Roman. I don't even know where she is right now. Um, uh, none of us do.
Yeah. You could find a GPS location on my scroll, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I don't even have my parasol. Well, sort of. I actually did find it, but Cinder even kicked it off the ledge of the bridges. Took me hours to find it in the sand.
At least
I had
you
to
still
clean
have
it.
your mine broke in the middle of that freaking bird's stomach.
Well, it looks like you fixed it enough.
Magic. So Roman, let me just ask you another question here. So,
Sure.
oh, again, it's just kind of like what we were just talking about. Did I guess not? So I guess the question's already answered, but might as well ask it. Did you know of Salem, or were you blindly ignorant to Cinder's
I've
plans?
heard that the name Salem does strike a chord. I think Cinder may have brought her up by mention, I presume. But I can't really connect a name to a face, if you get what I mean.
Trust me, you don't want to see it.
Not in its current state. Um. So now, Nia, once again. So from what the fans, just gonna break the fourth wall here. Y'all are figments of imaginations in our world. So it was dudes in a chair who, in our world, who decided that Roman should die. So that's fun. But so from what we've seen of
You
your,
can pretend you've been that reality.
it's magic. I was able to bring you back from poop. I mean, it's magic, man.
So
Uh,
what if changing up the timeline a little bit just to keep me
just
alive?
it's fine. It's fine. So from what we've seen, your semblance seems to have some sort of limitations. But is there truly any limitations to who you can turn into? Because so far we've only seen people of similar height and mass of you.
I mean, well, if you've seen how my semblance work, you saw what I did to that Mistral airship. I made it look exactly like an Atlas one.
Touche, touche.
Although I usually just want to use it on myself. Please.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to look even better than I already do, it should be me.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't really fix your face. Not with that whole thing going on.
So, Roman, again, we kind of brought this up earlier, but
Mm-hmm.
do you truly like pumpkins, or were you just trying to be spooky?
I have a fascination for them, especially during the Halloween season. Heck, sometimes Neo gets annoyed every time it's September 1st, and I sometimes bring out some pumpkins and I get a few a little festive, I guess you could say. It's one of my particular favorite holidays.
Makes
I
sense.
have to drag him away from the pumpkins at the store. He keeps trying to buy more.
You mean trying to steal more?
That's true.
Hey, I mean, it's cheaper if you steal it.
There was one giant one I wanted to grab so bad, but she kept dragging me away from it.
I
She
told
locked me up
you we
one time.
couldn't fit a 12-foot pumpkin in the warehouse.
We could make it work.
Can't fit it through the door. Now that would be interesting to see. Um. So Neo, as of this moment, before any special background information has been known about you, how did you come up? Is Neo / Neopolitan your real name, or is it just a nickname that was brought into existence in one way or another?
Well, if you're going to live the life that I am, you need a new name, a new start. So I went with Neopolitan. It seemed fitting.
Awesome. So, last question on the list to do until shockingly there's more. Um, Roman, do you actually need a cane to walk around like you're an old man, or is it more of a fashion weaponry statement type of situation?
No, I haven't really tested. I haven't tested that out lately. Oh,
Sorry, I didn't make your legs the right height.
I guess being in the
Seems.
bird for that long can do that to you.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do. Well, before this, sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't have to. But generally speaking, more of a yes and a no at the exact same time.
He fell
Makes
down
sense.
the stairs once, and he had to use it for a week.
Must you really have to explain about that, Neo?
What? It wasn't my fault you tripped over one of your many, many pumpkins that you just had to have around the house.
It was September 1st. I wanted to prepare. I don't care if it's a month early.
Hey, I feel you. I feel you there. Feel you there, Roman. I agree with you on that one.
See, he gets it.
Yeah, exactly. Um, so now we'll kind of go over a few more final 4 questions for you both. It's for both of you, but all of them are for both of you. So just to clear that up right now. Do either one of you have any questions for me as an individual or about the show in general?
Oh, I have one. Do you know where Ruby is? She's
Let's
telling me
just
right now where she is.
let's just say
I
she's
would
not
hope to know,
far.
where is Little Red?
She's not far from your location, Neo. I'm just gonna tell you that. Just good. I mean, you fell with her. You
Well, I don't know exactly where I am. Beaches are big. It's a lot of sand.
and
Is
Yeah.
it coarse, rough, irritating, and gets everywhere?
Yes.
ah
Um,
the classic.
it's in my boots.
But as far as I know, she shouldn't be far from you, most likely. So I assume on the same plane of existence. But again, it's just a theory. A film theory. Um. Well, is there any other questions that either one of you wish to ask? It can even be about this universe if you wish.
My hat.
Oh well, because the hat's remnants was on Neo's head, and I just didn't feel like ripping it off her head right now.
Don't worry, I've got your hat. It's still in peak condition, all right? I took it to a tailor.
Good. You make sure it was the same one.
Yep.
Because there's always one specific tailor that knows how to treat the hat right.
Don't worry. I went to shopkeep.
Good. That's all I need.
Okay.
That's what I need to know.
Is there anything else that you'd like to ask?
I would ask what all happened, but we'd probably be here for. But from the sounds from you two, we'd probably be here for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just say a lot has happened, and it's a lot. Let's just say that a lot of magic went on. That's
How about this?
fair.
How close have we ever gotten beaten to beating Little Red? In the meantime,
I mean, technically Cinder beat her, but she also,
Well, I
purposely.
almost had her a couple times.
I
what
think
about in the most recent encounter you had, Neo?
technically.
Well, I at least took out her sister. I think.
Ah, yes, the punchy one.
Yeah.
And she
The one that
she
threw
also
you out
lost
of
an
the
arm.
alley.
She also lost an arm. If that makes you feel any better.
Well, it wasn't by me. It was by some other psycho.
Wait, Psycho. Wait, wasn't that the redhead? Redhead obsessed
The
with
other redhead.
Faunus.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Huh.
Real
who you
murder
see.
happy. Real murder happy about humans. You want to go watch that episode? That was last time. I don't know in which
He
order.
was a fine fellow last I remembered him. I wonder how he's doing.
Um,
Murderous still.
He's dead too, isn't he?
No. Oh wait.
last I heard, he might be spitting
Yeah.
up seawater.
Maybe.
Oh boy.
It's a strong maybe.
Not
We
my
haven't
problem.
seen a dead body yet, so
Hmm.
as far as I know.
Well,
Anything else?
not from the top of my head, I don't think.
If there's any way with your magic you could get him to actually to me, maybe I can get out of this stupid mess.
Sorry. It only goes so far.
Well, it was worth a shot.
Yeah.
If
I mean,
only.
it couldn't hurt asking. So next up, is there anything that either one of you want to say to anybody who might be watching from your universe who may or may not still be alive?
Well, I know one thing for sure. Cinder better watch her back.
For sure. especially after uh quite the mess she made at Beacon.
Hmm.
Let's hope
Hmm. That
let's hope she does well around these parts if you ever do manage to find her.
Hmm.
I,
Yeah.
I,
Perhaps maybe the kid. I don't know if you've ever gotten the kids. What are their names? Mercury and Emerald, right?
Those two. Well, surprisingly enough, the green one decided to join Little Red.
What?
yep.
I know, surprising, right?
Huh.
Things might have fallen apart with them a little bit,
Yeah.
but that's not my wheelhouse anyway. I
And
don't want it to
Mercury's
be anymore.
off. And Mercury's off to a different section with a murderous scorpion man. So
Don't even get me started on him.
he's a fun character. Um,
Yeah, I made sure to stay
real,
far away from him on that whale.
real nuts though. Um, anything else either one of you want to say?
I'm going to miss you, Roman. It's boring without you here.
Same with you, Neo.
Adorable.
It's been
That's
it uh sure has
a,
been lonely without you around.
adorable. Adorable.
Too bad we can't cheat death.
Not, not yet.
Unfortunately, not.
Not yet. Um. So would both of you ever like to come up and there that goes? Uh, ever like to come back to the show and return to physical form for another half an hour to an hour and being able to speak and all that fun stuff again?
Would be nice, especially if I get the chance to be with Neo again. I suppose would be nice to not be in a bird's stomach or wherever I was before all this.
I agree.
Good.
It's nice to see Roman again. Someone who actually knows things.
Hmm.
Awesome. Well, next up is, do either of you have any suggestions for anybody to join onto the show?
You know, I think that strange little farm boy. Maybe take a look at him.
Hmm.
He wasn't much of a fight, but he does have a good right hook. I'll give him that.
Haven't already. Perhaps either the headmaster of that school. He seems he seems fine and fashionable. Even if me and him didn't get to interact much. I interacted more with Mr. Iron Man. Perhaps he's another suggestion too.
Yeah,
You know, about that headmaster. Kind of another weird thing. Maybe I'll just
that's
leave that out.
that's a whole different enchilada right there. Um,
Hmm.
whole enchilada that's very hard to explain. Um, so we'll definitely write those names down, bring them back from the dead if need be. Be very awkward for one of them if I did the farm boy and the headmaster at the same time. That'd be very awkward for everybody in the room. Um, so with that, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell icon. If you would like to follow any of our lovely guests on all the social media platforms, there'll be a way to get to them in the description below. And at least I will see you in next video. Bye bye.